long list of people waiting to see Carlos, but he would say, if you are a widow, you don't wait in a line.
Tonight, a Radcliffe, Kentucky nonprofit called C&P Garage, known for helping veterans and their families with VA paperwork, is under investigation tonight. It's been shut down by the Kentucky Attorney General's office. The AG charging two top officers, Carlos Fernandez and Patricia Parrott, with felony theft. Hello, everybody. It's our top story. I'm Doug Proffitt.
And I'm Connie Leonard. But many in the town near Fort Knox say they went to Fernandez and he never asked for a dime. That's what Ian Hardwick found out on a trip to Hardin County today.
That's his picture. He had a Purple Heart. He got hit.
Ronald Fay was drafted into the Vietnam War at 19. He married Shelby Fay after coming home from the war. They shared 50 years together.
When your husband's disabled and I quit work to take care of him, it puts you in a financial bind.
A bind Carlos Fernandez got her out of. He helped with Ronald's disability paperwork, then with Shelby's widower benefits.
He said, widows don't wait. I never gave him a penny. I didn't have it.
But the Kentucky Attorney General shut down Fernandez's nonprofit C&P Garage, alleging Fernandez spent donations on gambling, operated without VA accreditation or training, and failed to register as a charitable organization. An officer with the nonprofit, Patricia Parrott, is also facing theft charges. Ray Barden sent us this video of veterans gathering a petition for all the people Fernandez helped. Barden said he has 154 signatures. But in court filings, the AG's office wrote that C&P often mishandled VA benefits claims, resulting in veterans and their families facing delays and denials of their requested benefits. The office submitted C&P's bank records into court evidence. Receipts show much of the money was spent at restaurants. Or one example here on January 8th, 2024, where $406.99 was spent at the Caesars Southern Indiana Casino.
No, he was not taking advantage of veterans. If anything, he was helping them.
James Polk Jr. trusted Fernandez with his retirement benefits after a 20-year Army career.
I put two $100 bills in his tip jar. He never asked for it. It's just sitting there. It didn't even say tips, please. It's just a jar. Had money in it. I assumed it was a tip jar. I put money in it, walked away. Said thank you, shook his hand, gave him a big old hug.
He says how Fernandez spent that money is up to Fernandez. In Hardin County, Ian Hardwick, WHAS11 on your side.
Well, Fernandez and Parrott will appear in court in December over these accusations.
And they are charged right now with a Class C felony for alleged theft.
And now to a story WHS11 News first told you about 2 months ago. A Southern Indiana sheriff has his initial hearing with the Indiana Law Enforcement Training Board. Sheriff Tom Kleinhelter could potentially lose his certification. The sheriff of Du Bois County is accused of taking money from his jail commissary and attempting to make his wife a special deputy. Now, Kleinhelter isn't facing any charges in a court of law, but the training board believes he committed 4 felonies and 1 misdemeanor. An audit in July of 2024 found he misspent over $16,000 from his jail commissary. A state police detective who investigated him found another $10,000 that needed to be returned. That detective also accused Kleinhelter of lying during the investigation.
So your clients received notice of the charges that were set?
Yes, sir.
By the LEA, okay. And your clients read the evidence, the right to an evidentiary hearing.
Correct.
Before the 5-member subcommittee.
One way or another in this, but do you have anything to say about why you guys are here today?
Attorney Jim Boyles declined to give any comment after the hearing today on social media. Kleinhelter previously denied breaking any laws. This morning's hearing was just to inform him of the charges and set a date they are planning for a trial in late April. Now, WHS11's Travis Breeze, who first broke the story, was at the hearing. His report from Paoli is coming up at 6. A heads up for drivers. The major improvement to another Louisville interstate begins today.
On this gorgeous day, Connie, we launched the Sky 11 drone, and take a look. This is probably the best I-71's going to be moving for quite a while. Another frustrating.
That looks pretty good.
We love our construction projects in Kentuckyana. You can see there I-71 behind us. This video taken by our senior photojournalist Alyssa Newton here this afternoon. The $50 million project on 71 will make improvements to the interstate widening from 4 to 6 lanes. Construction is going to be at the I-65 and I-71 interchange right here in downtown Louisville near Frankfort Avenue, all the way out to the Zorn Avenue interchange as well. Then a little beyond after that. Overnight lane closures will happen and will go from 7 p.m. to 5 a.m. starting tonight. Well, they had a good day to start construction, but I don't know if that's going to be the rest of the situation the rest of the week.
I don't think so, unfortunately, right, Mallory?
Yeah, allow yourself extra time to not only get around the construction, but also deal with the rain for the rest of the week. We have rounds of rainfall expecting starting tomorrow morning. We have a 90% chance for showers, a few embedded thunderstorms on Tuesday, 80% on Friday. Wednesday's kind of our break in between these two systems, but figure out where that umbrella is because you'll definitely be needing it off and on throughout this week. Taking a live look outside from our Shriners Children's camera. This is in Scottsburg with that sun beginning to set here. Sunsets in about the next half hour. Temperatures very comfortably cool today. We had temperatures in the 50s, feeling like November across Kentuckyana. And it was a beautiful day to head out to Chansey Elementary. I told my kindergarten friends I'd put them on the 5 o'clock news. So hello to each and every one of you. We talked about weather and weather safety, different types of clouds and seasons today. A great group of students there at Chansey Elementary. The rest of your evening, pretty quiet, light winds. Clouds will gradually increase overnight with lows dropping down into the 40s. And then, as I mentioned, scattered showers begin starting tomorrow morning, taking us off and on throughout the week. We'll talk much more about the impacts expected coming up in our 7-day forecast.
Mallory, thanks so much. More top stories for you here right now today at 5. 2 men are in custody in Mason County, Kentucky. Now, that county is just south of Cincinnati after a Kentucky State Police helicopter was hit several times by laser strikes from somebody on the ground shining it right up at the chopper. A pilot and flight officer were flying that helicopter in the search for a missing 11-year-old. While in the air, they were both hit by a series of laser beams, with the flight officer sustaining possible injuries to his eyes. 2 people on the ground, Jason Mackey and Donald W. Boone, allegedly pointed a laser and shot a gun toward the aircraft. Police say they were both arrested and taken to the Mason County Detention Center. This case has been referred to the FBI for even more possible charges on the federal level.
Take a look right here in the Portland neighborhood. The tallest building in a mile radius is being converted to affordable housing. An old building constructed in the early 1900s on Lytle Street will become 138 affordable apartment units. And construction, believe it or not, is already underway. Our
Alexandra Goldberg was there for the big unveiling, joining us right now with more on what we learned today for the Portland neighborhood. Alexandra?
Yeah, it's a project years in the making with a price tag of $36 million. The apartment complex will be called Liminal Louisville, and city leaders, developers, and architects say affordable housing will drive the growth of the local economy in the Portland Warehouse District. Now, take a look here. This building is 5 stories tall, built in the early 1900s and was vacant for years. Leaders say the building was preserved well enough so a demolition is not needed, and developer Cappy Farrington says construction, a complete conversion of this old building, will take over a year before tenants can call this place home.
Nurses and the firefighters and the shift workers and the service workers and young professionals who power our economy can afford, and they'll be able to live close to where they work.
This is the second affordable housing complex to go into this block just recently. Nearby Painters Row Apartments has already helped revitalize the area. That's according to a local event venue owner, Brad White, who says affordable housing is increasing foot traffic in the area. But the impacts stretch beyond the neighborhood itself. Rebecca Flyshaker with the Louisville Downtown Partnership says to create a strong downtown, you have to have strong adjacent neighborhoods. Now, developers say Liminal Louisville will welcome tenants in early 2027. Doug, Connie.
Thank you so much, Alexandra. Looking ahead now to tomorrow, a possible big vote here. JCPS could decide the fate of the boundary lines, the zoning around the Echo Trail School.
That's right. Overcrowding is pushing JCPS to rethink boundary lines, and the new Echo Trail Middle School at the Parklands is already at 114% capacity. The district is now proposing a change to redraw the boundaries and divert some of the students to Crosby Middle School. A JCPS board member says while rezoning isn't easy, it is the cheapest option as JCPS faces a big budget deficit. The JCPS board meets Tuesday night at 6 o'clock at the Van Hoos Education Center.
Well, today, Team Kentucky officials meeting with the Area Development District to go over the benefits of Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear's Pre-K for All initiative, as he calls it. State leaders say that they've heard concerns from private child care providers about the impact of universal pre-K, and they're addressing them now head on. Here's what we learned today. Sam Flynn, the Advisory Committee Executive Director, says the team held listening sessions across the state, even with the governor present. He says they designed the plan to support working families without cutting into providers' bottom lines.
So really trying to narrowly tailor this to do the most possible good and have the least possible impact on a very, very important industry. And I will plug private child care. They do a great job for the most part in Kentucky on getting kids ready for kindergarten.
Flynn says the state wants pre-K and private providers to work together, not compete, and is meant to help communities where kids are least served and where the benefits would be felt the fastest. That includes child care deserts like Meade County, Kentucky, Trimble County, and much of eastern Kentucky.
U of L Health is expanding its South Louisville location on Dixie Highway. Included in this is the opening of a new Urgent Care Plus. Some of the services it will offer include care for minor injuries, illnesses, and routine exams. This is U of L's 7th urgent care location in Kentucky and the first for Shively, PRP, and Valley Station areas. It will be open from 8 to 8 Monday through Saturday, and on Sunday it's open from 8 until 6 p.m.
Flights finally starting to pick back up after the government shutdown has ended, leaving air travelers relieved. The FAA's big announcement for you is coming up here at 5.
And here's a check of today's Kentucky Lottery jackpots. Mega Millions, $50 million. Powerball, $570 million.
The Kentucky Lottery, funding education for over 1 million Kentucky students.